How is it that a hurricane in one part of the world might well cause consequences that could reverberate for all of our lives? Well, it comes down to the fact that so many of our lives depend on what's inside these devices, semiconductors. It's the brain inside not just smartphones, but computer chips, servers, the whole lot. Basically, 99% of activity around the world depends one way or another on semiconductors, so they're really important. And for the most part, they're made in places like this. This is TSMC, it's their fabrication plant in Taiwan. And inside each of these machines, you have a lot of these things whizzing around. They're called silicon wafers, and they get imprinted, little round things. They get imprinted with lots of different transistors, tiny little transistors, smaller than the wavelength of visible light, so quite literally invisible. Billions of them on a space as small as a thumbnail. And this is sliced up, essentially, and then that is what becomes the brain inside your device. So they really matter. And being able to create the silicon wafers upon which those transistors are implanted and etched, that really matters as well. So these are the silicon wafers before they've gone to the plant, OK? And here's where things get very relevant. They are made of a very pure type of silicon. They have to be absolutely perfect, because you're talking about stuff where the transistors are so small that you don't want anything, any rogue atom introduced into that. And making that is quite hard. You have to break down a form of very pure silicon inside this crucible. This crucible here is the key bit we're going to be talking about in a second. That crucible also needs to be really pure, and it's made, for the most part, you see the crucible here, they are made of a special type of sand. It's called ultra-high purity quartz. And this is a sand which is very, very pure, so you're not introducing any imperfections into that mix. And here's what's relevant about the hurricane. The vast majority of the world's supply of the purest form of high-purity quartz comes from one place, Spruce Pine in North Carolina. I'm going to zoom in to where Spruce Pine is, and you can see there are the mines and the quarries over there. You can see some of the processing plants there. There's a company called Sibelco who works there, another called the Quartz Corps, which is down there. And the critical thing is, much of this area here, particularly around the river, has been flooded, engulfed with meters of water. And we don't know for sure what's going on in there. But what we do know is that Sibelco, who runs some of these facilities here and is responsible for most of this quartz, they say that they, as of September the 26th, have temporarily halted operations at the Spruce Pine facilities in response to these challenges. It's incredibly unusual. Incredibly unusual. And this is a core part, an outsized part of the supply chain that keeps those semiconductors going around the world. It's very early days, so we don't know how long this disruption is going to last. But one person I spoke to from the industry says that he very much doubts if this is going to be up and running for some months.